Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be doing some Entei duos. There's 3 of them I did in this video, so if you mostly come for PvP, stick around, watch some duos. I'm going to be posting a bunch of PvP content every day pretty much. So anyways, let's take a look. The first one that we did was Gyarados versus Entei. As you can see here, the time to win is 576. You need the time to win to be under 600 seconds, 300 seconds each. That would constitute a duo. And you'll see the number of feints is 12.4, which means on average, you're going to feint 6.2 Gyaradoses, which means that you'll need to relobby unless you dodge or have really good RNG. So this is not the most crazy one, but trying to avoid that relobby is very important. This was with no weather boost on the attackers or defender or raid boss's side, and you'll see that we're going up against Firefang Ironhead and doing this duo with Very Salty. So I am on the right, Very Salty is on the left. As you can see here, we're just plugging away with Waterfall, Hydro Pump. Waterfall, similar to PvP, is very slow at generating energy, but does a ton of damage. And these Hydro Pumps also do a ton of damage. But these 1-bar moves are tricky. So in raids, it's very important that if you have a 1-bar move, that you don't get hit by a charge move while you have full or almost full energy, because that means you won't get the energy in order to get to the next charge move as soon as possible. It's kind of a weird mechanic now that I PvP so much that you get hit and you get energy, but that's how raids and gym battles were designed. Anyways, just plugging away here. Ideally, we hit 3 Hydro Pumps each. And you can tell that it's Firefang a couple ways, like one by how much damage it does. That's a little hard to say compared to Firespan, but also the animation. As you can see, there's like little fangs there, and then and as well the noise. But anyways, we're plugging away. So our first 2 last about 50 seconds each, which is really good, which is a really good sign that we're not going to have to relobby. Ideally, we're in a really good sign if we get to yellow and we still have our 3rd mon available. So it's looking good. So we flipped to yellow there at 160, 161, which is a really good flip. And you'll see there, critical dodge there. Probably would have won even without that dodge, but that dodge gave us a little extra insurance. And when you dodge, you'll notice that it's a little hard to see right now because we're doing for fast forwarding. But you'll see like every time the raid boss does an attack, there's this like yellow flash. Just like concentrate on this green and you'll see this yellow flash. That's basically the dodge window. So if you swipe, as long as you're not doing a fast move or a charge move then, and you can dodge then, that's going to save you. That's going to allow you to dodge. And yeah, dodge doesn't eliminate all the damage, but it eliminates a vast majority of the damage. So if you can time the dodge correctly, where you can get off a charge move when you normally wouldn't, that can save you a lot of DPS. Usually, it depends on the raid, but when it comes to like such a low damage charge move like Ironhead, as you can see here, unable to, Enough was Very Salty was unable to get off the charge move there, even after the dodge. Most of the time, it is not, from a DPS perspective, not advantageous to dodge, because when you dodge, it takes like 0.5 seconds, which means that you're not getting energy from the actual attack, and then as well, you're not doing a fast move, so you end up getting like double penalized. So able to beat it with like 17, 18 seconds left. We usually count the time based off of when, let me show you if I can, when the run button goes away. So I'll show you as soon as the time elapses. There you go, like around 20, 21 seconds. As soon as the run button goes away is when we usually count the time. And the reason why versus doing it when confetti happens is that confetti has a lot of RNG associated with it, or it seems that way, and it's very inconsistent between phones, versus the run button is pretty within 1 second of each other. as you can see here, there's about 1 second there, but it can be like really delayed. So we came together as a community and decided that the run button is a more effective way of measuring it. So anyways, that's the first duo. The second one, this one was actually pretty tough because there was definitely a required relobby. Here we're going up against Entei. This is a Sunny boosted Entei with Fire Fang Flamethrower. Again, best friend bonus. Using Smackdown Stone Edge Tyrantiars. As you can see here, the time to win is 567 with 15.75 feints. It's very unlikely that we're going to avoid relobby. So with the relobby, it's going to put it pretty close to 600 seconds, and you have to like apply the right RNG. Flamethrower is both a blessing and a curse when it comes to charge moves. So 2-bar and 3-bar charge moves versus 1-bar moves. There's certainly a lot of trade-offs for them. 1-bar moves are more predictable because it's very unlikely or almost impossible for a raid boss to do back-to-back 1-bar charge moves. So once you know that they do a charge move, you know it's probably going to take them more than one cycle of your charge move for them to get another one off. So you don't have to feel as much pressure. You can tap a little bit more aggressively. But it also comes at a trade-off that if a 1-bar charge move feints you and you feint with energy, and you're not able to convert your HP to energy, that's going to cost you DPS. That's where 2-bar and 3-bar charge moves come into favor. They're more unpredictable because they can come back-to-back, because there's less energy required, and they can also stack. Similar to raids, you can stack 100 energy, as you can see by the bar. So they can do back-to-back flamethrowers, for example. That makes it a little bit more unpredictable to manage energy and to like be comfortable like not dodging and not being like tapping aggressively. But 2 and 3-bar charge moves tend to do less damage per charge move than 1-bar charge moves, which means that you're more likely to convert your HP to DPS. So anyways, let's take a look at the raid. So again, same setup. Very salty to the left. I am to the right, as you can see here. Again, using Smackdown Stone Edge. Smackdown is a carbon copy of Waterfall. So you can see a lot of damage, very slow energy generation. Stone Edge is a very quick activation charge move. What I mean by that is that it almost hits right away as soon as you click it, and then as well it has very short duration, but it also that generally means that it does very low amount of damage. Typically, slower charge, especially 1-bar charge moves such as Focus Blast, Hyper Beam do a lot of damage, but they're very slow and they tend to hit very late in the window, and your Pokemon has to survive up until a certain point in time related to the activation window for the damage to count. So, trade-offs. The one exception that I can think of right away is Hydro Pump, where it does a lot of damage and has a very quick activation, but it also has a very like long duration, so you end up like waiting for a little bit. Versus, as you can see here with Stone Edge, you can see the Smackdown almost comes right away, versus when we're doing Hydro Pump, it still took a little while. So hitting the Stone Edge is going to be critical. I'm going to manage to execute on this Stone Edge. So really good RNG so far. Hopefully you can flip it before fainting. Yep, flipped it exactly when fainting occurred at 162, 163, which means that prorated, they're about 26 seconds ahead on the raid, plus relobby, minus relobby time means you're like about 11 seconds ahead. But when you do exit a raid, the raid boss does regenerate some health for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's a very strange mechanic, which is why we also stagger our relobbies. So if we're both out of the raid at the same time, the raid boss, for some reason, gets a berry and heals itself for whatever reason. It's a very strange mechanic. And there was like so many. As you can see here, we flipped it at like 92 seconds, and as you can see here, I'm trying to relobby and actually do it a little bit late, but that's quite alright. Gonna swipe over. I didn't actually need to heal that many. I may heal 2, probably, but it's quite alright. So Very Salty's got off the last Stone Edge, which is great, and it is gonna go through the relobby process right now. And back in, and so we're looking pretty good here, but unfortunately, as you can see here, I lost about half a bar of energy, which is a devastating amount of DPS. Again, charge moves, you know, the amount of damage that you do is pretty equal between fast and charge moves over the course of a raid, but charge moves is the one that actually allows you to do enough damage. Imagine it's like driving local roads versus the highway. Yeah, you might drive, like, over a course of a road trip, you might drive equal amounts between, and as you can see here, we finished like almost no time left. The next one, so charge move, fast move analogy is like, yes, you can drive almost an equal amount of the distance with local roads, but highways and freeways are where you're going to be able to pick up the speed, and where average speed is going to allow you to get to your destination on time. So the next one that we did was 12 unique in Sunny Boost, which means that some of our Pokemon are boosted by the sun in clear weather, and then as well Entei's boosted in clear weather as well. And we went up against, I think it was Firefang Ironhead, whatever. Firefang was very popular. All of a sudden, so as you can see here, clear best friend boost, level 40 Pokemon. So we utilized Kyogre, Groudon, Rampardos, Garchomp. Unfortunately, I didn't have a good Gibble, so I just maxed out my lucky one. I think it was like, I don't know, 84%, but it still did the job. For Alligator, as you can see here, this Hydro Cannon is 2 bar moves tend to be superior to 1 bar moves, because when you get hit by a charge move, it's very unlikely that you're not going to get the energy, versus with 1 bar moves, if you're full, you're not going to get the energy. And then Rhyperior, I actually think we put the wrong moveset in and did a Smackdown Stone Edge, but it doesn't make a huge difference. As you can see here, it makes about an 8% difference, and that's because Mud Slap and Earthquake are terrible tear moves, even though they're boosted by 20% with the Sunny Boost. Gyarados with Waterfall, Hydro Pump, Mamoswine with Mud Slap Bulldoze, Palkia with Dragon Tail Hydro Pump, so the first move that is not super effective to Entei, which is the Dragon Tail, but Palkia double resisting the Fire Fang, and then single resisting the Iron Tail makes it a very tanky option. Smackdown, Stone Edge, T-Tar, both Rhyperior and Tyrantiar will receive super effective damage from the Iron Head, so it makes them a little bit squishier. As you can see here, the feints are pretty high compared to the and same with Rampardos. And then Sharpedo with Waterfall Hydro Pump, a total glass cannon, and then Floatzel with Water Gun. Actually, I think Very Salty forgot to TM it, and I think we end up using oh man, I think we end up using Aqua Jet, but it's pretty squishy, so it doesn't last in the battle that long. So ideally, you spend more time with these higher DPS Pokemon. So when you set up your team configuration, especially since we're going to relobby, you want to relobby so that you go into these higher DPS Pokemon. So you spend more time there, reducing your overall time to win on average, which allows you to complete it. Anyways, we're gonna spoiler alert here. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. As you can see here, the team composition starting here with Rampardos, and we flipped. I don't know why I edited, so we flipped the screen. But anyways, I'm to the left. Very Salty is to the right. As you can see here, this Iron Head absolutely devastates this Rampardos. Which has it's not the greatest Rampardos. I have a few better ones, but we didn't have time to power it up. So anyways, as you can see here, it fainted way earlier than this Kyogre, and then you'll see here this Garchomp is just chunking away, and get these mud shots similar to PvP just generates energy at like a really fast pace, and it's able to just spam off these earthquakes I love Garchomp. It's like such a great Pokemon, and has like a really good typing, a really interesting typing at least, and has like a pretty good move pool from Dragon and Ground Attacker perspective. And then here comes Groudon. Again, Groudon has similar movesets, has the exact same moveset, Mud Shot, Earthquake, so it's going to generate this energy super quick. And then you'll see here Feraligatr just tanking those Iron Heads like it's nobody's business. And you'll see here these waterfalls are chunking away, doing a ton of damage. Hydro Cannon, one like the best charge move in the game. Before it was quote unquote second best because of perhaps Blaze Kick pre the change would have been better, but Hydro Cannon maintained its pedestal. You'll see that its activation and its activation when it actually applies the damage is like lightning quick, and then its duration is super short. You can basically do waterfalls right away, but you can't take a look at the Mamoswine. But and then you'll see here Rhyperior and Tyrantiar, both super slow, super slow, as you can see here. Gonna hit this Stone Edge just to try and make sure how many Pokemon left. Flipped at 172, which is good, but remember that we're on the back half of the Pokemon, which have lower DPS. So ideally, you want the raid boss to be more aggressive here. And as you can see here comes a Floatzel and Sharpedo. Floatzel with the wrong move in slightly the wrong order, but that's quite alright. So ideally, you want this Sharpedo to faint as soon as possible, which is not a problem for it. And then here comes Palkia, and here comes Gyarados. So I think on my side, because I want to avoid us being in the lobby at the same time, I hit this one Hydro Pump, and then I just do I bail? Or maybe one more Hydro. Oh, no. Very Salty bails first, and then I bail afterwards. So, gonna heal. And come back in. So smooth relobby there. And let's see here. And gonna hit this Hydro Pump here, and then I think I bail afterwards because no point in just doing waterfalls. It's better just do the Hydro Pump, get to the next Pokemon, and go. So relobby successful. But as you can see here, this Rampardos gets hit by Iron Head, takes it like 2/3 of its health right away. And then back-to-back Iron Head, so very unfortunate. But flipped around 84, so we're in a really good position. So we've already relobbied. We have our higher DPS Pokemon right now. Likely, I'm not going to get past Feraligatr. And then Very Salty is barely going to get past this Groudon. Iron Head is like an okay move, but there's no same type attack bonus with Entei, so it does like far less damage than if it was on another Pokemon that had Steel typing and equivalent attack. As you can see here, these Earthquakes are just devastating. Boosted Earthquake, just devastating Entei. Nope, unfortunately not able to get that off. And gonna be able to get off that Earthquake. So I don't know what Very Salty's next Pokemon is, but it shouldn't get past this one. As you can see here, take a look at Bulldoze. Oh, did Ancient Power for some reason, but take a look when you do Bulldoze, how long it takes to do another move. It's so long, it's a huge gap. But anyways, we beat it here. Oh, actually, I guess Mamoswine is weak to Iron Head because of its ice typing. But hopefully you enjoyed these videos. I really enjoyed doing these duos. Let me know what Shadow Ball Mewtwo trios that you want to do. Sparkle Tangerine is back from her vacation, so we're going to be doing some trios over the next little bit while Shadow Ball Mewtwo is here. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see everyone in the next video.